Well, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've posted some new Miata content. It's been cold outside, and this is the one day that it's like in the 50s, and I'm gonna get something done here. Last time I drove the car, which was on Christmas, my birthday, I wanted to drive my car for my birthday, and the motherfucker started billowing smoke. I couldn't get a good clip of it. I got a little clip when I cut it off. It was a little bit coming out, but yeah, it was like pouring out, and then like it was smoking from the center section here. So I got a rebuild kit, and that's what I'm gonna do today is rebuild it. And what I'm fingers crossed, but I'm not getting excited until the thing actually works. So I started recording on I've got an issue with it breaking up between 5 and 7 grand, and it's really weird. And I've loaded the parts cannon and thrown all kinds of stuff at it and changed things and tried them, and I can't figure it out. So man, I'm really hoping that it's just been leaking oil into the cold side somehow, because now the hot side's smoking pretty bad, and that's the problem. I really hope so, but I'm not gonna bank on it until it's fixed. But regardless, I have to rebuild the turbo. So another thing that sucks is I think that, because I mean this turbo's only been on the car for like 6 months. I think the main reason that the seals are blown out already is because we don't have a blow-off valve. And it sounds so cool, man. I don't want to put one on, but I'm gonna have to put a blow-off valve on, and that kind of sucks. It is what it is. But hey, at least we got some more Miata content for the channel. And I don't know if a lot of people noticed. Probably not, because YouTube's been hiding my stuff for whatever reason. But I've re-uploaded a couple of videos because they just got shadow banned. And the 10-minute build one, it had like 400 views. I re-uploaded it, and luckily it got 2,500. That was pretty cool. It's like the most views that I've got on a video that quick. And then the LS Subaru video, if you haven't seen that, go check it out, because even people with notifications on aren't getting notified. But I re-uploaded that one again. It's got like a couple hundred views on it, so they're hiding it. But anyways, so if you seen me post the same thing a couple times, that's the reason why. But yeah, I'm gonna try and make this as easy as possible. What I'm thinking here is, obviously I got to get the turbo drain down there. I'm gonna try to do this without jacking it up. We'll see how that goes. And I'm gonna get this this blanket off and try to just take those bolts out and just pull the whole chunk off without messing with the downpipe or taking it off the flange. I think I can do it, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna start getting this unbuttoned here. Alright, it was a bit tricky, kind of like a combination lock getting this thing out, but just with anything else on the car, I can definitely see there's oil leaking on the hot side, but I'm not seeing much indication on the cold side, which, I mean, you can see a little bit of black stuff, but I mean, I don't run a filter, so that's to be expected. I'm really hoping that when I pull that wheel off, I'm going to see something under there. Like, I really hope that it's leaking, and that's my problem. So I'm gonna mark the impeller and the rod and everything with the nut, so I know how to put it back on, because obviously that's balanced. You can see where they grind on it right there, and I really hope to see something on the other side. We'll know here in a minute. And just what I was hoping that I wouldn't see. It looks pretty fucking clean. Which, that's a bummer. So, even after I fix this, I'm still going to be chasing my little imaginary breaking up thing, which I can't figure out. But, you know what? This has to be done regardless, so we're not looking like a diesel. But, yeah, so that comes off, and then I pop these 4 bolts off, and I should be able to pull this out. And then that'll expose the it's like it's kind of like little compression rings kind of deal that are the seals, the oil rings, whatever you want to call it, and then the journal bearings in there with snap rings. So I'm gonna pop that off, and everything looks pretty good on this side. There's really hardly any wear. I was really hoping that seal was bad, but what can you do? There's a little bit of wear in there, but that doesn't look bad. So, as you see how I took it apart, that guy goes down. I'm going to replace everything anyways, and just kind of hope for the best here, I guess. But, let's see. I'm pretty sure this guy comes out, and then there should be snap rings down in there. But I think I can might be able to pull the whole housing off now. Can't tell just yet, but I think so. I'm going to stack the stuff as I pulled it out, so it's easier to figure out how it goes back in. I'm pretty sure this should just slide off now. I might need 2 hands to do this, but it should. I'm pretty sure that just pops right out, and then you just take your journal bearings out and whatnot with the snap ring pliers. But I think that there's that seal down in there, and I gotta pop it. Hold on a second. Yeah, it did. I just flipped over and put it on the vise and popped it. It came right out. So that's our little ring deal I was talking about. Those little guys. That's what's leaking there. I don't see any evidence on this side. Let's see what that... Oh, well, no. That's the O-ring right there. So that's the only thing that seals that side, I guess. And then... I mean, pretty much the same deal on the other side to get through there. It's got to be one of those little seals. That sucks. The bearings look good. I'm going to change them anyways because we got them. Why not? The shaft looks good. Actually looks, well, you know, it hadn't been on the car that long, so it should look good. So, I'm going to pop those guys out. Get everything swapped out. It's kind of straightforward. But... I'll check. I'll let you see what it looks like when I got everything out. Well, yeah, there's not a lot to this thing. I just pulled those snap rings out, got the journal bearings out. Only thing I noticed here is there's some wear on this surface when I popped that guy out. That's the little oil ring right there. Man, it's just, there is no oil leaking in there. That sucks. Oh well. Gonna fix this problem, then on to the next one. But I'm just gonna change all this little stuff out. There's not a whole lot to it. So, basically what you see... is what I'm about to do. Just throw those journal bearings in, snap rings, put those little rings, one goes on there, the other one goes on here, and be very careful putting them back together, making sure that's compressed in, and it doesn't roll over on it and break it. So this little spring thingy, I'm not really sure what it is, and then this seal, it goes right there. And I was expecting to see that one bad, but it wasn't. I was really hoping that one would be bad. Or actually, even if that one was bad, that wouldn't be leaking into the compressor housing itself. So, get this thing back together real quick. Well, simple enough. Dude, I mean, there's not really much to doing this, as you see. Here's our old parts right here. I changed 2 of those snap rings that don't really matter. They weren't bad anyways, but, yeah. That's basically it. There isn't a whole lot to do. But, lining this up really wasn't that bad. I put some Loctite on it, but you can kind of barely see my mark I made right there, and I just went down the nut. And on the compressor wheel, I didn't even put the socket on the back, which that's a 20. This is a 12.12. And I just kind of tapped it with the gun, and it went back in place, and all my marks are lined up still, so... that's the part I was really worried about, but seems like it'll be fine. Now to throw it back in the car. Not expecting anything to change as far as how it runs, but hopefully it won't smoke anymore. Well, it's back in, and I hate to say it, I'm not optimistic about any other problems. Well, you've heard me this whole time. But hopefully it don't smoke. I sprayed PB Blaster down there, and I got it on that center section. I sprayed some brake clean on it, but that's probably going to smoke at first. We'll see. So that's to be expected. But otherwise, hopefully it's not smoking out of the exhaust pipe and the center section like it was doing. So all that's left is to take it for a test drive, I reckon. Let's get a cold start. You know what? Let's see if we can prop the phone up and get a nice cold start from here. have to make another pull. We'll see. Not quite sold on that. Let me make sure my hood is closed. I feel like I saw that flopping around. Pretty sure I closed it though. Of course I didn't date a lot. I didn't bring my SD card. Not very hopeful of this working, so we'll make one more and see what happens. Well, there's smoke burning off, but that's to be expected. Hopefully it's just all the PB blaster sprayed on there. It should be. So that should stop. Let's see. Nothing coming out of the tailpipe. See any leaks down here? Yeah, I think we're good there. See anything here or not? But that looks good. Just gotta wait for all that to burn off. I know that's kind of a shitty way to test if it's smoking or not, or if it's fixed. But, and I got a little hole over there before I put some oil in. But my hood was closed. I don't know, that's just gotta burn off. I got it on the blanket too, so who knows how long it's gonna take to quit smoking, but we'll see. That's closed. I put a new gas shock on. I think that's holding it up, and that's what was flapping around. All right, try this one more time, see how it feels. I'll go straight to third. Feels like it's doing it, but it doesn't feel as bad. It's funky. I don't know. I'm not calling this fixed yet, but for some weird reason it feels better. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this for a minute. All right, well, I didn't record that pull just so I could stare at the tach and really focus and listen. Confirmed it is not fixed, but at least it's not smoking out the tailpipe. I've got the PB coming off the center section still. Hopefully it's just PB. We'll see though. But still have the breaking up issue. It is what it is. Well, turbo's not smoking. So that's cool. But I'm gonna end this video here. I'm working on making a little progress and figure out what's going on. So stay tuned. As always, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you in the next one. Later, y'all.